Live from the world headquarters of American Times Publishing and the Dixieline Connection here at the foot of Turkey Cock Mountain. It is May 27th at 9:17. Welcome to FatTV. Welcome to the morning show. Get your coffee and cuddle up to your computer. I'm back, like a bad habit.
Powering on. Welcome to All Tech.
As we march to 1,000 subscribers. The march to 1,000 has begun.
You are now paired. Enjoy.
Morning, Sean. I'm going to work hard till I get my 1,000 subscribers. Morning, Brandon. Y'all going to get tired of me. I want my 1,000. I'm going to be online every day. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Look, y'all be sure to get your friends to subscribe. Make sure you share the video. We are almost there. Man, we're going to have the best chats when we get it up to 1,000. We're going to have it up to 1,000. Yeah, man, share the link. Share the link. Don't be a hog. We're going to get 1,000 by the end of the day. I'm on early. I'm on all day. I'm going to do a little morning show here, and then I got some stuff I got to do. Really need to cut my grass. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support and all y'all jumping in here and helping out. Y'all hit that like button now. Man, I ought to have a button on my head. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. As we march on to 1,000 subscribers, we've done really well. I mean, it was just 2 months ago, we only had like 83. I think we had 83 subscribers 2 months ago. So I want to thank each and every one of you, all 908 of you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your support. I know it's hard. I know it ain't easy being down with Fat Bill. Green River, how are you this morning? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. And we're off. We're off to the races. We're off to 1,000. Oh, well, we know we got the haters. I probably got more haters than anybody in the dogs. You know what? There's a funny rumor floating around that Boudreaux's Reno's off my dick dog. Have y'all ever heard that? I've been hearing a rumor that Reno dog's off my dick dog. I didn't even know that. Floyd's so funny with papers. Appreciators. Well, I appreciate it, Greg. Oh, man, I love some tripa. Give me that tripa. Fried up nice and crispy. No Chico do. me go fill my little penguin up with coffee. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I seen that, Jose. I seen that shit. Yeah, I seen that, but the funny thing is who's selling whose dogs to make money? Huh? Who's having to sell whose dogs to pay their bills? Well, I'm not going to say who's occurring, who's not, but I will say this: who's having to sell whose bloodline to make a living? El Bastardo! Bolero! Bolero! But yeah, I'm not selling selling his dogs to make my living, but he's selling my dogs to make his living. You can't keep him ripper dogs down there. Yeah, in your opinion, I mean, how many people's he got in a fight with ever? Have we ever heard about him getting his ass kicked or kicking any ass? I've done both. I've had my ass kicked and I've kicked ass. I've done both. I've had my ass kicked. And shit, I've had the hell beat out of me. couple times. I ain't afraid of taking ass whooping. I've had plenty of ass whoopings. You know? I mean, what the hell? I've had my ass kicked. How many times have you had your ass kicked? Ass kicking ain't nothing. I hear you, Sean. Well, you know, my problem with fighting is that it hurts so damn much the next day. I mean, even if you win, you're fucking sore as hell. I mean, even when you're the fucking winner, it hurts like a motherfucker. That shit hurts, man. I mean, getting hit in the face and hitting the chest and hitting the stomach and kicked and all that shit, it fucking hurts. No, you don't feel it there, but it's the next fucking day. It's the next day, man. The next day, that shit fucking hurts. I'm old. I don't want to fight nobody. Well, I tell you what, man. They only wanted me to tell them 2 people. They only, you know, when I got busted, they only wanted me to bury 2 people. They wanted me to bury Tom Garner, and they wanted me to bury David Tent. That was the only 2 people they wanted me to bury. That was it. When they come to my lawyer with the deal, that was the only 2 people they wanted. And of course, I didn't tell on anybody. But I'll tell you the truth. If I had known what Tom Garner was going to turn into, if they could have showed me a machine with the future and said, this is what he's going to turn into. You know, this is what he's going to turn into. Well, I don't know if I'd have beat you up. I'd have probably got beat up, but I ain't scared. I ain't scared to live life. You know, the thing, yeah, if I had known what Tom Garner was going to turn into, I'd have fucking told on him. How about that? You know what I hate about fighting is that I throw so much shit. I like getting away from them and throwing shit at them. Yeah, if I'd known what that motherfucker was going to turn into, I'd have shut that shit down 20 years ago and went and not done no time. I wouldn't have done no time. But I just ain't made that way. Just not made that way, man. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have done it then, even if they'd shown me a time machine. But I'd have probably thought about it more than 2 seconds like I did when they asked me. I'd have probably thought about it for a good 5 or 10 minutes and then still said no. But damn, I don't know though, man. I might have went for it. Shut that fucking circus down. But you see, one bad turn don't deserve another. And so when I got busted, that was the end of the line, baby. Didn't nobody get busted after I got busted. You know, Jose, I actually run my coffee through there twice. I got this old coffee machine and I run my coffee through twice. And I drink it pretty strong. It gets me jacked up and rolling for the day. I already got Donald out. He's out running right now. Get his exercise. He was up early this morning. He woke me up at 6:30, raising hell at something in a tree. I don't know what the hell he was barking at. Oh, I love that coffee black, man. I like my coffee hot and black like my women, man. Yeah, man. I like my coffee hot and black like a Texas summer night. Ah. I hear you, Ann. You know, it's interesting. You go to pretty much every part of the world, and everybody's got different coffee. I've been all over the world, and everybody makes coffee different. You know, whether you go to Italy or Spain or France or even Czech Republic, everybody makes their coffee different. Good question. What's going on with NORAD? Well, the last time I checked, they had been letting him find homes for his dogs. They're still pounding the piss out of him. And he's in deep shit. Well, I guess because I didn't respect his authority. You know, I guess because I didn't bow down like everybody else. You know, I don't bow down to anybody except my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know, I'm Fat Bill, damn it. I bow down to no man. You know, I'm grateful and I can be your friend, but I don't kiss your ass. I don't kiss nobody's ass. Everybody can kiss my ass if they want to. It's right there. It's big, big old ass. Barely fits in this chair. Nope, never seen a West Norman dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't doing nothing. I mean, it was like my case when they got it down to it. I was shipping out some videos and I lied to them about matching a couple dogs. But they never caught me matching any dogs. The only evidence they had about me matching dogs was the snitches. They never caught me matching any dogs. They never caught me selling any dogs to anybody. Nothing. I never got caught doing nothing. No. But yeah, well, Floyd. I love me some Floyd now. God bless Floyd Boudreaux today. Everybody say his name. Floyd Boudreaux. God bless Floyd Boudreaux. And God bless Sammy the Arab. I mean, all that guy was doing was selling some fucking dogs. I mean, I know him. He's a dog peddler. That's all he is. That's all he's ever been. I met him when he had his place in Staten Island. He had a pet store, and he had a bunch of dogs, and was breeding and selling dogs back then. That's all he's ever been, is a puppy peddler. He finally got a hold of some good dogs. Oh, yeah. I remember that, man. I was out on Staten Island back in the 80s. The place was a dump full of junkies. Everybody walking around. If you weren't in a car and you were walking around, you were probably getting ready to mug somebody or looking for dope. I heard that, man. Yeah, see, my buddy Bob the Claw, Bob Dismukes, he was from out that way, man. I'd go up and visit him. Permethrin works great for mites. What caused the mite breakout? You got chickens? You got chickens on your yard, Green River? You got chickens or guineas or something like that? Cats and possums. Because I know chickens will cause that shit. I'll tell you what works good too is a product called Termidor from Do My Own Pest Control. Man, it is the go-to product nowadays. Termidor SC. It's from Do My Own Pest Control.com. Has 9% fipronil. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. You take that shit right there and put 1 ounce of that with a gallon of water and spray it. It kills everything. It kills everything, man. You know what fipronil is, right? I don't know if I spelt that right. Morning, Georgia Bulldog. What's going on? We're marching to 1,000 today. We need everybody to help get people to subscribe. Y'all put your friends on there, put your mamas on there, grab your wife's phone and subscribe. We got to get to 1,000. Got to get to 1,000. Uno, say zero in Spanish? I never have looked that one up. Oh, yeah. Anywhere you got any abrasions, anywhere you got any kind of, you can take that. But, most of the time, if you've got skin itches, um, there's a product called, oh, man, what is the name of that drug? Oh, I get all this shit mixed up in my head. I'm not a doctor. I'm a pop star. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Y'all heard that song Pop Star by Drake? That line in there, I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Going from the jet plane to the helicopter. Huh? You ever heard that? Oh, I never heard that. Pop star. Y'all never heard Pop Star?
Powering on. Welcome
Man, that's a
to
killer
All
tune by
Tech
Drake.
You are
Been
now
working
paired.
hard for my
Enjoy.
1,000. Been working hard for my 1,000. Play Pop Star.
Bitches, we the best music. Another one, yeah. DJ Khaled. Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter, yeah. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out.
Well, I'll tell you that.
I'm a pop star, not a
That Spike Dog was a good one. But I'd have to say John Wayne.
Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. Nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Hey, shorty with the long text, I don't talk. Shorty with the long
I'm trying to remember the name of that drug for skin itches.
Last year I kept it on the tuck. Hey, 2020, I came to fuck it up. Yeah, I want a long life, a legendary one. I want a quick death and an easy one. I want a pretty girl and an honest one. I want this drink and another one. Yeah, and I'm troublesome. Yeah. I'm a pop star, but this shit ain't bubble gum. Yeah. You would probably think my manager is Scooter Braun. Yeah, but my manager was 20 hoes and Budokan. Yeah, hey, look, Ariana, Selena, my visa. It can take as many charges as it needs to, my girl. That shit platinum just like all of my releases, my girl. Niggas come for me, I tear them all to pieces, my girl. I'ma show your sexy ass what relief is, my girl. Please don't take your shit that's about that how you geeking. And I'm not driving nothing that I gotta stick the keys in. Wonder how I got this way, I swear I got the bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop.
There it is, Metrodiazonal.
Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. Nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter. Yeah, cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. Nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Watch her, said she rep a whole different block, so I blocked her. Busy at the crib, cooking salmon with the lobster. If we talking joints, it's just me and David Foster. Bodyguards don't look like Kevin Costner, you tweaking. Just pulled up to Whitney, Houston, Texas for the EA. Crown in my hand, and I'm really playing keep awake. It don't even usually get this big without a beaver face. Nah, piece of cake. Nah, Turks and cake. Go and get your friends, we can sneak away. Yeah, I keep it like I keep the faith. Wonder how I got this way. Swear I got the bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter. Yeah, cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. Nah, I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter. Yeah, cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. Nah, I'm a pop star, not a doctor.
last song, starting over.
Starting over.
Bitches.
I better find some music.
Best music. Another one. Yeah.
Alexa, play some Brazilian music.
Playlist you might like. Expo South Funk on Amazon Music.
Ooh, Expo South Funk. Man, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that.
Sua graça e sua energia, a coisa mais linda vai ter surreal. Conectar nessa pura harmonia que me contagia, eu não me sinto mal. Dois passinhos pra lá e pra cá, nesse barulho.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and what you want to do is, when most of the time when you got skin irritation, like just lightweight skin irritation from something like mites like that, that URL is incomplete to those guys, but you can order that stuff in I'm trying to find a URL that is not so long. These companies, these freaking 20-mile long URLs, and I can't put up a URL unless it's. Here we go. Here we go. You can check out the product here. Here we go. This is good for like when you got a dog that's itching. And you put them on this. Give them 200 milligrams twice a day. Here we go. But that product right there, I want to get the dosage exactly right. I'm going to my notes here to look up the dosage for you. Yeah, it's actually give 100 milligrams twice a day. 100 milligrams twice a day for 10 days for skin itching. Oh man, I'll tell you that fipronil, you know what that is? That's the active ingredient in Advantage and Frontline Plus. If you look on your Advantage and your Frontline Plus, that's your product information for those items. You'll see that fipronil is the active ingredient in Advantage and Frontline Plus. Mayhem. What's going on? Yeah, well, before fipronil was too expensive to use like that. No, you couldn't take fipronil and just spray it on your yard. But look, I've seen fipronil kill everything. That shit'll kill Japanese hornets. And the great thing about fipronil is it's not like they carry it back. CBD worked good on your dog. Now, how did you apply that, Georgia? Was that an internal CBD you used, or was that a skin? Or was that a rub-on, or what was that? Good morning, RP boy. Wee! Bolero! Got to do a bong hit every time I say it. Bong hit time. Rip them if you got them. Rip them if you got them, boys. Rip them if you got them. How many are we up to? We get any new subscribers yet this morning? As we march to 1,000. We're going to march to 1,000, folks. We're marching to 1,000 subscribers. Where are we at? We're at 908. We got 92 to go. Oh, I got one in Wake and Bake mugs. It's got the bowl on the front of it. And you hit the bowl. I got one. I got a mug that's actually got a bowl right on the front of it. Sure, OG. I knew Gaston really well. I knew Gaston the last 20, 25 years of his life. And Gaston Williams was a really nice guy. He bred some good dogs. He messed with a lot of the Cotton's Bullet stuff and a lot of the Carolina bred stuff for many, many years. And about the last 10 years of his life, 15 years of his life, he got messing with the buck stuff. And had that Heartbreaker dog. You have to help me with some of the names of his dogs. I went into a sister to Heartbreaker when he had all that stuff. I saw Heartbreaker go. I saw Heartbreaker beat Boone. And it was a good game dog. I beat the sister to Heartbreaker in about 35 minutes at his house. Gaston used to host a lot of shows. I forgot where he lived before he bought Joe and Dee's place, but there was this moved to the Sanford, North Carolina area, and they had built this really cool place, Joe and Dee Holland. And fucking Dee, she was like one of them little midget women, you know. And she was kind of like a semi good looking girl, but she was real short. And Joe, man, he was a lot older than Dee. So Dee used to get out and wander around a little bit, you know. And one day Joe had enough of it, and he blew Dee's brains out. And then he goes to the gate at his house and blows his own brains out right at the gate. Killed him. He killed his wife, and then he killed himself. And there was a yard full of dogs there. You know, I mean, these were dog people. Joe and Dee Holland, they did a murder-suicide thing. It was wild, man. So now you had this really nice place, man. It was set up, you know. It had a I think it was a double wide trailer, and then you had you had a small shed that you washed and weighed in. Then they had the big building where they had the pit set up. Yeah, man, it was pretty wild. And Gaston bought that place. He bought it. He bought it and moved in there. Didn't nobody want to buy it because of what happened there. But Gaston bought that place and moved in. And it was a good spot, man. He put on a lot of shows there. And Gaston was a good old man, and he was a real stickler for bulldogs. I mean, if Gaston was feeding it, it was a good dog. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, sure, man. Vince Cooper, top-notch dog man. One of the best ever. You know, all these people, they all want to talk about all these dog men. They forget about Vince Cooper. You know, Cooper's weenie. Cooper, man, he was a hell of a dog man. Hell of a dog man. Great dog man. No, I don't know anybody that did like Komisinski. I mean, you know, I guess didn't nobody want Walter's dogs. Oh, she was a little bitty dog, man. She was 31, 32 pounds. 31, 32. Little tiny dog. I seen her go. I seen her win, I think it was her fourth. She was a tough little rascal. A black dog with a white face. And a tough little bitch, 31, 32 pounds. Oh, man, I'll tell you, Greg was a good dude. You ought to go by there and try to get you a piece of hardware. Go knock on the door. Go back in the woods and get you a ring off the end of a chain. Yankee Greg was one of the all-time greats, man. You know, he handled Tornado. He handled so many great dogs. You know, I sure do miss Greg. We had some wonderful conversations, man. He used to come visit me every time he come through here. And just a great guy, man. And a real hero, too. You know, genuine hero. 9/11 hero. Firefighter. Decorated firefighter with the New York Fire Department. Just a wonderful guy, man. I miss him. Him and old Pocono Rick, you know, that's how I met Yankee Greg, was through my friend Pocono Rick Morehouse. And both of them are gone, man. I miss them guys. Both of them same age as me. Well, Greg might have been a little bit older. He might have been about 5 years older than me. But we were all the same age. And man, those two guys are gone, man, and they were real close friends of mine. It seemed like everybody I was close to is freaking dead, man. Anyhow. I've got a picture with Greg with Mammy somewhere. I need to find that thing. It's too bad you didn't get to meet him, Ann. I'd been asking you questions. You talking about Lasco? You talking about Ross Lasco? I hadn't talked to him in years. I know who he is. I've met him before. He's come to my pig pickings. And, you know, we're friends, I guess. I hadn't talked to him in probably 20 years. You know, he had all those what was the dogs that he had? The Giroux dogs. Yeah, he had a bunch of Giroux dogs. He had that dog off of Giroux's booger, or he might have even had Giroux's booger. So, but he had a bunch of that Giroux blood. I don't know. Did it ever work out? You don't see much of it anymore. I mean, really, the only Giroux blood you see nowadays is coming down through that Otis dog of Crenshaw's. Yeah, is that blood still around today? Oh, that's a tough question, Brandon. Oh, well, that's cool, man. Oh, that's cool. Was his father-in-law, so he married Giroux's daughter? That's who that lady was he brought to the pig pickings? Was Andre Giroux's daughter? They still married? Oh, I got a bubble in it, huh? Don't you hate that when a dog won't come to you? Yeah, don't you hate that when a dog won't come to you? Sit there and call him and call him and call him, and then sucker just keep on running. Like, hey, come back, Shane, Shane, come back, Shane. Yeah, I hate to hear that, man. Drew the dog man, Alan. Oh man, I'm marching to 1,000, brother. I'm marching to 1,000. I'm 92 away. I want to be online when I hit 1,000. Last time we matched into Randy, we whooped him. So, good morning, Richard. Yeah, we went into Randy, and now you talk about old time dog men and big money and all this shit. You know what we for? You know how much I matched into Randy McCullum for last time we matched into each other? I'll tell you what, put up an amount you think we matched into each other for the last time I matched into Randy McCullum. The last time the Dixieline Connection matched into Randy McCullum, how much you think they matched for? Well, you guys, there you go. Nothing. John's got it right. Nothing. You know what we did it for? The winner had to take a picture with the loser and his dog. And that was it. We just wanted a picture with Randy and our dog. And that was it. We told Randy, we said, oh man, we don't have to do it for nothing. I said, you just take a picture with us and the dog afterwards. And went into one off of Spanky. Yeah, went into one off of Spanky and whooped him right there in his living room. About an hour. He's a guy, man. He's a good guy. You know, and we got the picture. Got the picture somewhere. Man, my pictures now. See, that's a digital picture. Like that picture, I don't even know where that damn picture is at. That picture's on a damn disc somewhere. I'm slowly organizing all my photographs. And I haven't even got into the digital shit yet. The stuff that's on disc. And see, that picture would have been from a period where that would have been on disc. Like late 2000. Yeah. Oh, Randy was a good guy, man. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are doing nowadays. I mean, the most I ever bet on one of my dogs was when Bolero went for her third. When Bolero went for her third match, we bet $22,000 on her. I mean, to me, that was a crazy amount. I mean, it was every fucking dime I had in the world, man. And it wasn't all my money; it was other people's money too. But in that 22,000 was every dime I had. It was probably like 2 months of power bills and probably my car payment and well, if drugs don't pull the heat, that will. I mean, you're talking about having 600K cash in one place. That's $600,000 in one place, man. I mean, that make motherfucker rob them. When $600,000 cash, you know you almost want to plan a heist. Come in there with a couple fake cop cars and rob them motherfuckers. That'd be a cool scene in a dog story where there's a big show like that and there's like $1 million cash there, and a couple old boys get a hold of a couple surplus police cars and get some cop uniforms and come running in there. Hold it! All right, throw all the money in the pit. Get that cash and get the fuck out of there. Take off in the cop cars. Woo, woo, woo. That'll teach you. Y'all go back to doing it for a picture. Man, oh man. That's just crazy. I swear, man. Well, check the surplus auctions where you live, Brandon, and see if they got a couple old cop cars for auction down there. And go ahead and bid on them and get you a couple old cop cars. And then we'll need a trailer to put them in, because we'll have to trail them nearby. And then we'll pop them out of the trailer. We'll go do our thing. Then we'll pop them back in the trailer, and then we'll take the fuck off. Yeah. Bada bing, baby. I'm surprised ain't nobody done that. Bobby Tat. I say I was there. I was there that day. He lost a pile, but it wasn't that big. I think it was 10 or 20. It didn't take him too long to pay out. He had the money. Ricky made the money back then, man. It didn't hurt him. Trust me. It was like you or me losing a couple $1,000s. Well, the big problem with tumor stuff is once they hit the air. Once a tumor hits the air, it starts to mastize. And, if you've got a knot under the skin, a lot of times it's best to leave it alone. And because once you start messing with it, and, are we talking about an older dog? Are we talking about an older dog? Because there's really two times that happens. That comes from inbreeding, from tight breeding in younger dogs. It can be a genetic deal if it shows up in younger dogs where it's just like something it's just prevalent in the family. Or it can just be a thing that comes with age where the dog starts getting up past 10 years old, 11 years old, and starts to get cysts and tumors. So which are you referring to? Is it a younger dog or an older dog? All right. Be sure to get out there and get me those subscribers. And be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Need those subscribers. Grab your friend's phone and subscribe. Oh, we got another one. We're 91 away. That's exactly right, Scott. That's exactly right. They feeding those old walking sick cows. But anyhow, we'll talk about the two different types of tumors. So you have younger dogs that'll get them, and the older different dogs that'll get them. You have a cysts and tumors that are underneath the skin, and these, there's really not a whole lot you can do about them. You can observe them. You can take notations of them. You want to watch for their size, make sure they're not growing. If they come up and they stay the same size, then just leave them alone. Now, if these tumors come up and they start to grow, you need to get your dog to the vet. And the vet can remove these tumors. They've got a root down in them, and the vet can cut these out. But the problem is once you open them up to the air and you cut that skin above them, it's just something about the oxygen in the air that either if the vet don't get it all, a lot of times they'll mastize at that point. Then the tumor's going to come out above the hide. It's a younger dog. Is it a tight bred dog? Did you breed the dog, or did you get it from somebody? Is it a puppy? Is it a tight bred pup? But once a tumor mastizes, and what that means to mastize means that it grows. That's all that means. It just means that the tumor expands in size. Now, see, that's what Pucky had. My Pucky dog had one right near his scrotum. Yeah, see, now my Pucky had one near his scrotum that was actually attached to the side of his scrotum. And it was pretty small, but you could see it. And then it started to grow. And my vet told me, he said, you're going to have to remove that. That's cancer. And I actually left it on there for another 2 years. And then we finally had it removed. It got to about the size of my thumbnail. And I had it removed. But when I had it removed, I had to have my dog neutered because it had gone up into his scrotum and wrapped around his scrotum. And so when we had the cancer removed, I had to have him neutered at the same time. Oh, I know. I got cut off, man. I hadn't finished. I changed the subject. I'm sorry. That was the second thing I was about to say, was that once it hits the air, it grows. And it not only grows in size, but it grows in volume. It basically supercharges the cancer once it gets to the air, because that's where it's trying to get to. You know, that's why it's pushing up on that skin. It's trying to get out to that oxygen. It wants that air. And man, once it gets out there, it supercharges that shit. And it spreads, it goes all over the body. And you're pretty much done at that point. You know, there's no treatment after that. So you want to be real careful about doing surgery. You know, that's what I was so scared about with Pucky. When my vet first told me, I was like, well, wait it all. And so we waited a couple years, and I made a couple breedings with him. You know, I bred him to his mother. You know, I was talking to a guy the other day that's been breeding some staff into his yard. And he's been breeding like a quarter staff and 3/4 pit bull. And these people have just been giving him hell. I mean, they've just been giving him total hell about yeah. A lot of these tight bred dogs, you see, if you breed it real tight, exactly right, Brandon. Exactly right. And like you said, if we could have done radiation on Pucky instead of cutting his damn balls off. That would have been nice, but that wasn't an option. I had to save his life. That was my best friend, man. Oh yeah, man. I put up John Wayne. I mean, if I had to say the best dogs I've seen in UK, that I've seen in the UK, I mean, the Farmer Boy dogs were good. The stuff from Ray Heather from Gold Eye and them were top notch. No Kidding Kennels. You know, those guys with their dogs were top notch. Tom, what's going on? Yeah, now the original Limey Kennels, Ray Heather. Yeah, but you know, Ray Heather, man. Yeah, I know a guy that's taken like pit bulls and crossing it with staffs, and he sent me a picture of one of his dogs, and it looked just like a Kamasinski dog. I mean, looked just like it. I even sent him a link to some Kamasinski dogs and showed him the link. I said, dude, you're like breeding Kamasinski dogs. That Hellhound Kennels, do you know Hellhound? That's who's doing it. And he said people give him a bunch of shit about it and stuff like that. And I said, look, dude, they're your dogs. You're the one that knows what you're doing, and it's your blood. You do what you want. And they were cool looking dogs, man. Looked like something come right off Walter Komasinski's yard. I mean, do what you want. You're the one feeding them. But I saw a lot of quality dogs in England. All right, want to keep on working on those subscribers. Ricky, get your friends over there in England to subscribe. Let them know. Your fellow Englishman, Fat Bill, is online and he needs subscribers. I need lots of subscribers. I need you to subscribe to my channel so I can get 1,000 subscribers and start putting pictures up. I hate not being able to put pictures up. I can handle 2 questions at one time. Yeah, the guy now is new for Limey. No. Now, I'll tell you the best staff I've seen over there in England was that Champion Brock dog. You guys familiar with Champion Brock? No Kidding Kennels Champion Brock. Anybody familiar with him? Brock. He was a game staff, and he was a pit champion. Let's see if I can bring his pedigree up. Where did the Brock dog come from? Right here, I'll try to find. But if you want to find out more information on Brock, contact this Instagram. And that's the owner of Brock. That's who owned Brock right there. And their manor is named after the dog, Brocklington. Uh-oh, down there in the big thicket. They know Brock in the big thicket. What do you say, Jared? I appreciate it, Richard. Thank you very much. Yeah, you always think about those classic breedings, but I'm going to tell you, Rick, the best breedings, are, like I keep preaching on here, are breeding them dogs that you know. Breed two good dogs that you like, that you love. Breed them two dogs to each other, and you'll get you some more just like them. That's what I keep trying to preach to you guys. You don't have to go to the moon to get you a dog you ain't never seen before. Damn, lighters died. I'll be right back. Oh, I like this new chair. The sucker's strong, man. I jumped down in this thing, and it don't move at all. I punish this chair. It's a hell of a chair right here, fellas. Anybody needs an office chair, I definitely advise this chair. Yeah, man, we're gonna march it on to 1,000. March it on to 1,000. I was getting some more pictures out here today. Y'all ever see a picture of my Maurice Carver mill? That's that white mill right there. That come from Maurice Carver. That's one of the treadmills they took. That treadmill come right from Carver. Fucking cops took that one. Yeah. But we're talking about English dogs. I wanted to show you one here. That's Champion Joe Montana Jr. right there. That's an English dog. Bolero! She'd have smoked her, man. She'd have smoked her. She'd have smoked her like a cheap cigar. Yeah, let me show you how that Joe Jr. dog was bred. Y'all want to see how that Joe Jr. dog's bred? Oh yeah, be nice to have. It's probably sitting in some storage locker somewhere. That's the meal. I don't know if it's the same meal. I don't think it's the same meal. I don't know. I got it from Robert Lamb. We took that motherfucker. That's two eyes running on it. That's in my living room, that picture. 2 treadmills sitting in my living room. Check it out. There's another mill right left. You see the other mill that's facing us on the left? There's 2 of them. Another. There's a Red River curly mill on the left there. Yeah, only thing I got left for mills are some parts. I still got the slat belt. I still got a slat belt, a belt off of a Red River. I mean, off of a lamb mill. I ought to sell some slats one night. You guys want to get some slats off my old slat mill? Should I auction off some slats one night? What do you think, Alan? I could auction off a slat right now. You guys want to buy a slat off my old mill? Anybody want to get some slats? I got them. You're welcome, Guardian. Man, I'm trying to get my 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to make this YouTube part of my retirement. I got 38 months to go until I get my Social Security. And if I get my Social Security and I make a little money doing YouTube and put the 2 together, I can have a decent retirement, you know? And I just get out, show you guys my adventures every day for, an hour, just flip my phone on, do an hour alive, and help pay for my retirement. And you guys learn some stuff. Shoot, I'm all down with that. So once I can go live, I don't have to spend so much time sitting here in this room, and I can go with my phone. I can do like Triple J. I can go live on my phone. So we can go field tripping every day. Every day. We don't have to be tied to this stupid computer sitting here in this room. Yeah, every day I'll feel like Saturday. I'll be able to stream when I'm at work. I'll be able to stream all the time, man. Get out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, boys, and walk that dog. Set that alarm. Don't be walking your dog out there in the heat. Don't walk your dog in the heat. Don't be a lazy dog, man, and wait till the heat of the day or the humidity of the early evening. Get out there at 3 o'clock in the morning in the summertime. Do your dog a favor. Set that alarm. Walk that dog early. He deserves it. You deserve it. At 3 o'clock, that 3 o'clock in the morning walk, man, there ain't nothing like it. There ain't nobody out. There ain't no traffic out. There ain't nobody to bother you. Most people got their dogs put up. You don't have no dogs running loose. It's so quiet. And I'll tell you the one thing about the morning, that's God's time of day. It's so peaceful and so quiet. It's a good time to get in touch with your Lord and to speak to him. And I sure like the morning time. You can talk to God. He wants to talk to you. And it's a great time of day to get in tune with your Lord. Do a little of that meditation, man. And tune right up to him, man. He's made it where you got the direct line. And all you got to do is speak his name. And he's got an ear waiting to listen to every word you got to say. Every word. So all you got to do is speak out to him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we march on to 1,000. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Amen. Well, you got to have both, Bobby Tat. I got to turn 62 and work experience where I've paid into the Social Security system. I had a business for many years that I paid into the system with. It was a profitable business and had employees and payroll and all that stuff. And I paid into the Social Security system. Plus, I worked for Coca Cola for 13 years and paid into the Social Security system then. Oh man, go to the taco truck and order some tripa and some lingua. Have my dude be like, "Yo, Bill, what's up, my man?" Yeah, Los Cochos, the truck, the big taco truck. Los Gordos Cochos. I think that's right. I don't know how to say truck. Had a video store business with a friend of mine. I was a partner with him. I was a 25% partner, and I managed the business for him. I was kind of in and out. I worked from 86 to 94, and then I was kind of like a missing partner from 94 to 2001. I was there, but I wasn't there. I didn't work behind the counter, and I just was a buyer at that time. And then from 2001 to 2006, I was back in the store, and oh yeah, we had regular movies. You walked in the store, and the front of the store was a regular store. Had video games and had the coffee machine with. I had one of my customers work for Keebler, and I got like all the cookies you wanted, and I kept cookies out there and coffee and all that shit. And then there was a door that said no smoking on it, and it had a buzzer on it. And if you went towards that door, my employees or I myself, we'd hit the buzzer, and you go through that door, and that room was bigger than the actual front room of the store. We had all triple X back there. And now I didn't have any movie booths or any of that shit. We didn't cater to the jack off crowd that wanted to stay and jack off at the store. We just rented movies and sold movies. And oh yeah, man, I can tell you all. Well, that's where if you look at my pedigrees, Mike, you'll see that where that's where the name of one of my main brood bitches come from, Black Street Hooker. That's the name of a porno series, Black Street Hooker number 66, man. That's one of my favorites. Uh, Evil Angel series, Amateurs Only, fetish stuff. Man, I met Ron Jeremy 3-4 times. I've screwed some porno stars. Um, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, we had so much fun running that store. We'd get those porno stars in and have them in at the store. And oh man, I had Nina Hartley. I don't know if you ever heard of Nina Hartley before. And my second wife threw all them fucking pictures away, man. I even shot a movie called Bill's Big Butt Adventure, where I went out videoing all these big butt chicks at the East Coast Video Show. And man, it was great too. Bill's Big Butt Adventure. and interviewed all these girls and had them show me their ass. I sure wish I had a copy of it, but my damn second wife threw all that shit away, man. Oh yeah, Nina Hartley, man. Man, I had Raven Richards, Samantha Strong. I partied with Samantha Strong. Lee Wilkins from No Kidding Kennels dated Samantha Strong. He dated her, man. Hey, look, I'll tell you a funny story. Okay, so we had these porno stars in town. You know how like you had the porno star? Oh yeah, man, butt man. Hey, look. You know how you have these porno stars? They come in town and they're like at your store and you take pictures with you and the porno star, right? Well, okay. So you know how that works. I'll tell you how that works. So the way that works is back then. Now this is back in the 80s and 90s. Is they made $500 a day plus expenses. That's what you paid them, and they'd come to the store. Well, there was this friend of mine on the other side of town, and he had an adult bookstore. Now he had the movie booths and all that shit. He had just a straight up adult bookstore. And so what we did was we split the fees. So we'd pick a porno star and we'd bring them in. And so I'd have them over at my store during like the evenings, like early in the evenings until we closed. And then they'd go over at his store during the daytime. Oh man. And the funny motherfucker loves jazz. Every time he come to town, man, we'd always go to the jazz club. He loved jazz. But anyhow, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, about having the hookers. So anyhow, they charge $500 a day plus expenses. And so me and my boy, we would split them. All right, so here's one of the stories. So we get Samantha Strong in, and let me get a picture of her. Okay, so we get Samantha Strong in. Hey, man, ask her if she remembers Dr. Mike Gamble in the scene she shot. Oh, anyhow, she met this friend of mine, Dr. Mike Gamble, and we had her play doctor. I mean, we didn't do nothing bad or nothing, but she played doctor in the store one day, man. She checked his heart and did all this shit. It was funny as hell. You damn right don't be touching my shit, man. She threw all that shit away, man. So anyhow, let me tell you the story. So there's Samantha Strong. All right. So I go pick her up from the airport, right? We go split her between me and Patterson's place. So she gonna go to Patterson's during the day and work at Patterson's during the daytime. And then she's gonna work at our store at night because Patterson's place is way too rough at night for him to go over there. And then I entertain them at night, right? So I go pick her up at the airport. I take her to the hotel, and we got to put them in a nice hotel, a high-rise hotel, all that shit. Put them over there to Howard Johnson's high-rise. Put her up there in a suite. She's in a suite. Drop her ass off. Patterson goes and picks her up, takes her to his store. She works all day there, doing photographs and selling her DVDs and all that shit, or VHS. I can't remember. And And then he takes her back to the hotel. I go pick her up at the hotel about 2 o'clock that day, 3 o'clock that day. Take her to the store. We do the store deal with it, right? Oh, girl's like, she says, after we do the deal at the store, she says, "Hey, I'm ready to go out and party." I couldn't fucking believe it. I got a porno star and she wants to go party with me. I was like, son of a bitch, man. So, and I got Lee Wilkins with me. Lee's over here from England visiting with me, Low Kid and Kennels. So the three of us go out to dinner. So we first take her back to the hotel to change clothes. We're sitting on the couch waiting for her to change her clothes. She's back in the bathroom area changing her clothes. She comes out completely naked, nothing on, right? Holding a white bodysuit and a black bodysuit in her hands like this. She goes, "Boys, which one should I wear? The white or the black?" I mean, completely fucking naked, standing there in front of us. I was like, son of a bitch. And I was like, "Wear the white, wear the white." And she says, "Well, if I wear the white, I'll have to wear underwear. If I wear the black, I don't have to wear any underwear." Lee's like, "Wear the black, wear the black." So she puts the black bodysuit on. And man, we go out. And the first place we go to, she orders a beer. And the guy says, "I need to see an ID." Well, she doesn't even have a purse on her, nothing. She just got a bodysuit. That's it. Bodysuit and big old titties the size of my head. I mean, you're going to card this chick? I mean, she'll fuck everybody in the room. And you're going to card her? Come on, man. Come on, man. So we left. We left that joint, right? And so as we're leaving, they got this little newspaper. And the newspaper's got where bands and stuff are playing. And so I'm looking in the little newspaper, and it's got this place, New York Pizza. And they had a live band down there, and it looked pretty good. I said, "Come on, let's go down here to this place." So we go down on Tate Street in Greensboro, North Carolina, to New York Pizza, right? And we walk in the front door, and they got like a counter that you go to. And I was like, I just go walking up there to see what's going on. And the dude that owned the place was standing at the counter. And I didn't know him, you know. Apparently he was a customer at the store, but I didn't know him. The dude that owns the place is standing at the counter. And when we walk in the door, Samantha Strong, Samantha Strong. Oh my God, Samantha Strong is in the restaurant. He knew who she was as soon as we walked in the door. As soon as we walked in the door. I mean, he might have went to Patterson's place earlier that day. I don't know. Patterson's place was right up the street from where we were at. I mean, you went up to the stoplight and hung a left, and you were at Patterson's bookstore. So he might have went there earlier that day. I don't know. But he spotted her as soon as we walked in the fucking door. And man, you talk about a party. Man, we partied that night like a motherfucker. I mean, we partied and danced and danced and partied. Oh, man, we had a good time. She rubbed them titties all in my face, all over me. I was squeezing that ass all night. But, man, she really took up with my friend Lee. She got hammered drunk. Next thing I know, her and Lee are gone. They're gone, man. They done got a ride back to the hotel, and old Lee slayed that shit all night. Tore that shit up. And she lived in, I think, Sarasota, Florida is where she lives. And he ended up becoming her lover and would take his family to Disney World and visit. He's divorced now. He would take his family to Disney World on vacation and go up and tell his family he was going fishing. And he'd go up and bang that porno star. Hell, I'm surprised they didn't get married. She loved that boy. She loved him. And, but yeah, man, we had some wild ass times. We had some wild times. I had this local girl, Karen, that used to come in there and work for us. Oh, yeah. Had this local girl, Karen, that was a porno star. And she's actually passed away now. But God rest her soul. But she worked for us. And man, she'd come in there and do tricks. Oh man, customers freaked out. She'd come in there and take like two-headed dildo and freaking use two-headed dildo right back there in the back room. You talk about making some money. Now that girl knew how to make some money, boy. And them $20 and $10 bills would be flying. You know, yeah, she knew how to make that. That was a money-making girl right there. But she got in a fucking car accident, man. You know, and she was a cool chick. She'd pop a new video out there in California, man. And the first thing she wanted to do, she lived local. So she'd do a Californian video. She'd do a video in California. First thing she'd do is call me because I could buy them cheap. She'd be like, hey, order 100 copies and I'll come do a show. And I order 100 copies for her. And she'd take 90 of them and go put them in the car. Take 10 of them and come back in the back room and do a show that morning and sell them. I loved it, man. Now I'd take her in the back room, tear that ass up for about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. I didn't last long after watching the show. Oh, man, I can tell you some stories about the video store. The video store was rocking, man. All holidays I cooked. All holidays I cooked for my customers. I don't give a fuck. Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. We did a cookout. Yeah, we did a big old cookout. Oh, that's Sam Strong, man. She was a wild chick, man. She was a wild, wild chick. We had a wild night that night. She danced with everybody in the club. She danced with everybody in the club. You should have seen that little dude from, half the people in there didn't know she was a porno star. Like half the people in the restaurant, they're just in there eating pizza, listening to the band. You should have seen the owner of the restaurant. I mean, this dude's married, right? Guy's married. And, she was cool as shit, man. Listen to this. The owner of the restaurant's married, little Italian guy. He's on the dance floor with her, slow dancing with her. Got his head buried completely between her tits and both hands wrapped around her ass. Slow dancing with her. In front of all his customers and all his employees. And he was wasted. He was wasted. We were wasted. The whole fucking place was wasted, man. I mean, she was one of those chicks that, like, everywhere she went, it turned into a party. Now, I'll tell you another good story, boy, was when Raven Rich, well, I don't want to say her name. Yeah, I better not tell that story. I better not tell that story. That story is too wild. Yeah, I better not tell that story. That story just a little too wild. We'll save that one for another day when we talk about the video store. But oh yeah, man, I can tell you about all kinds of video store stories. Used to have the homeless people come by all the time and get my coffee and my cookies, which I didn't give a fuck. You know, get you a cup of coffee, get you a handful of cookies, and get the fuck out. You know, you ain't gonna buy nothing, and you're just gonna clog up my store, then that's fine. But get your cookies, get your coffee, get the fuck out. Don't be hanging out in my store. You know, I mean, if you ain't buying nothing, or you ain't bought nothing, or you ain't a member, then get the fuck out. And so, and that was the rule. And my store was near this bridge. And so we had some homeless people. And I didn't care if they come in. You know, I had 2 or 3 of them every day come in when we open the store in the morning. They get them a cup of coffee and they get them some Keebler cookies, man. Fine with me. Take the whole fucking box. I got a stack of them. But get what you're gonna get. Get the fuck out. Don't be hanging out in my store. So anyhow, one day, man, this new guy comes in, right? And I wasn't there. And I get a phone call. Man, this dude's in the store and he won't leave. Well, just show him the sign. We reserved the right to refuse service to anyone. Just tell him nicely to leave. Wouldn't leave. I was at my place in Greensboro. So I had to get in a damn car and drive down there. And I had this nice Mercedes 300 SD. Beautiful car. Blue, sedan, real nice car. So I come pulling up like the boss, right? I pull up. Motherfucker's still in the store. And the whole store smells like feces. I mean, this dude done shit his pants a couple times. And is over there in the karate section. I had the killer VHS Ocean Shores karate movies. I had all the old karate movies. People come from miles around just to rent my karate movies. I had the best karate movie collection you ever seen. I mean, I bought every karate movie that ever come out. So anyhow, dude's over there in the karate section. So as soon as I walk in the store, man, I walk straight up to him and I'm like, hey, man, this is my day off. I had to come in this morning to ask you to leave. And old dude's like, yeah, well, I'm a customer. I'm thinking about buying one of these movies. And I'm like, well, you've been thinking for about an hour. So, make your selection because you fucking stink like shit. And dude, I was about to puke standing there next to him. I mean, luckily I just smoked a cigarette. If I hadn't, I'd have fucking been puking. I mean, I need to do like Quincy and rub some of that Vicks Vapor Rub on my nose to stop from the smell. I mean, this dude smelled bad. B-A-D, bad. So finally, dude leaves. You know, I'm starting to get a little vocal. And the guy walks out the door. Walks straight up to my fucking car. I mean, like, I got like these double doors going out, right? Like there's an airlock between the front door and the back door of the store. And the front door and the front door, there's an airlock. And dude goes out to my car. He goes through the 2 doors, goes out to my car, and fucking snaps the antenna. Snaps the antenna, clean in half. Snaps it right off the back of my car. Fucking starts waving it in the air. Wee, 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 waving that fucker. I was like, son of a bitch. I go out the doors, man, after his ass. He takes off running. Whew, runs out to the highway, runs under the bridge, man. He was gone. Cocksucker. Can you believe that? Broke the antenna, clean that son bitch cost me $125 to replace. Man, I went looking for that motherfucker. I drove around checking them homeless motherfuckers out for 2-3 weeks after that, driving around looking. I never could find that guy. I guess he was a transient. Kept on moving. I wish he'd forgotten about it and come back in there and tried to get him some more cookies. Took that antenna and shoved it up his fucking ass. But anyhow, that was a video store, man. I got my ass beat there one time. Had a guy break my nose out in the fucking parking lot. Got in a fight with a guy, took me out in the parking lot and beat my ass. Hell yeah, man. Ended up at the hospital with a broken nose. Oh, I had some adventures up at that place. I took one guy outside, told him I was going to whoop his ass. Went outside. He was an AT&T student, played football for him. Fucking squared up with him. Next thing I know, I was in the hospital. He beat the crap out of me. Oh yeah, good times, good times. Come get a movie from Fat Bill. I will fix you up. And I did all the new releases. I did all that shit. So how are we looking on subscribers? How are we looking towards 1,000? What are we looking like? Oh, we're looking good. We're at 911. We done picked up 2 more. Oh man. You know who creeped me out the most, Brandon? To the good times. To the good times. I need something to drink. I wish I had a little drink midget here. Go get me something to drink. So, but you know who freaked me out the most at that store? The people that just were the weirdest of them all were the feet people. Were the feet people. You know, I had a fetish section. You know, I had all the sections. I had 80% of what I rented in the X section was heterosexual, just regular porno movies that you beat your meat to, you know. And then I had the fetish section, then I had the she-male section, then I had the gay section. And you know, shit, most of the gay customers were some of the nicest customers we had. The she-male customers, man, I'm gonna tell you, you'd be amazed at the people that rented them she-male movies. I mean, they'd just be like regular dudes renting she-male movies. Regular dudes. You know, renting movies with she-males in them. And I never could get that, you know? Why you want to watch a she-male? I mean, what the fuck? A she-male? You want to see a she-male? I mean, what the fuck? But the weirdest ones were the feet people, man. Even the dudes that like the really fat chicks. I mean, I had videos with chicks that were so fat they sweat in the shower. I mean, fat chicks. I mean, I had videos with old people, dudes doing like really old ladies, you know. And check this out now. When I buy the videos from the distributors, right? When you buy the videos from the distributors, if it's like a gay film or a fetish film or a she-male film or any of that weird stuff, they the same price as the regular movies. Yeah, they the same price as the regular movies, but you put triple the price on them. So like a regular movie, you'd sell, say back in the day for $39.95, but say it was like a foot movie. Now I'm only paying $17 for them. That's what I was paying for new release adult material, like the stuff, the brand new shit that was coming out. I was paying $17 a disc for them. And so if it was like a weird movie, Seattle, what's going on? You're welcome, man. But I paid $17 a piece for them. And the I appreciate you subscribing, man. Thank you very much. But the price on them, man, the regular movies, you know, you just put $39.95 on them. But the weird stuff, man, the unusual stuff, the clicky type stuff, man, I'd put $89, $99 on those movies. And I paid the same thing for them. And it was just an industry standard. It was just a higher profit margin that you put on that stuff. And dude, I'd get these foot movies in, and these feet people, you talk about people coming in like they knew the movies were coming out, like they were following that shit. And so like I'd get a fax every day from the video distributor. That's the way they distribute porno movies. They'd send you a fax or an email every day telling you what was available for that day. So like these titles are shipping today. You know, regular movies they ship like talking about like, you know, Hollywood movies, not porno. They ship those on Tuesdays and you have to order them like the month before. So like if a big blockbuster's coming out, you got to order it a month before on DVD. X-rated movies you order every day. So like I'd get an email today saying Blackstreet Hookers number 943 is available now. And I order it, and then I get it like the day after tomorrow or a couple days from now. UPS brings it to the store. So, but man, it was like those foot people knew. And you talk about some creepy motherfuckers now. I mean, they were the weirdest, scariest of all the people that come in that store. Had them hollow eyes. I mean, they look like fucking serial killers, man. You know, them motherfuckers scared me. I always kept an eye on the ones that rented the foot movies. Them motherfuckers, boy, whoo. And people got addicted to that stuff. Man, you talk about people getting addicted to shit. Man, I had customers with the regular movies, like the regular pornos, like just there were tons of series. There were all kinds of series that were coming out, right? Like there was just lots and lots of different series and different companies that were putting stuff out. And they would have on the end of their movies, like what was coming next. They would have previews of their next movies coming out. And man, I had customers just waiting on it. Oh man, midget porn. I hoard the midget porn. When we shut the store down, I kept all the midget porn. But my second wife threw it away. Man, I'm telling you. And then, you ready for the piece de la resistance? So I got this fetish. I got a fetish about foot people. Like, I'm afraid of foot people. You know? The foot people kind of freak me out, right? So the store is almost 70 miles from my house here where I'm at now. So when I was working down there from 2001 to 2006, I had sold my place in Greensboro. And so I was just living up here. I just had one place, so I was commuting. And so I'm down there working one day. And do you not know that someone from up here where I live, almost 100 miles away, fucking shows up down there, hands me their ID. Your ID was your membership card. You know, you use your ID for your membership card. And so dude hands me his ID. He lives one street over from me. And guess what kind of movie he got? A fucking foot movie. A foot movie. And lives one street over from me. Up here. 100 miles away from where my fucking store is. And I had a damn foot buyer. He bought the movie. And lives a fucking 5 miles from me. Now, if that ain't a small world, I don't know what is. And when I see that dude around town, I still remember that shit. And that was almost 20 years ago. Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. Oh, man, they'd hook you up. You should have seen it. So we switched over to DVD real early. And put slat walls in the back room. And then put these little carriers on the wall. And each company or each had a little sleeve, and then we put the DVDs in the sleeve. And man, I had over 5,000 movies back there for rent. You could come get it. You could come get it at Video World. Video World of Greensboro. Oh man, I was a man. Used to buy porn every day. I was the porn king, baby. I thought about opening another store. They changed the laws up here where I live, where you could open an adult bookstore, but you got to fucking go into work every day. You got to have a little store open, and you got to be there every day, and you got to have employees, and you got to do all that shit. Holy crap. Well, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the foot fetish. I'm just saying that it freaks me out, man. I mean, you got all the other parts of the body, and you go take the foot, and you go take the foot, you got ass, pussy, titties, pretty face, base of the back, belly button. You got the under titty. You got the back of the knee. You got all kinds of great parts. What the hell are you doing down there on the foot, man? That thing's for walking on. Yeah, I don't know, James. How many? That's what I was saying. That pretty face. Got that pretty face? Eyeballs, hair. You got long hair. You can wrap that hair around your cock. Oh, did I say back of the knee? Damn it. I like rubbing the back of a girl's knee. You ever take your finger and just rub that on the back of their knee? It's soft back there. I'll take them old girls afterwards and rub the back of that knee. Back there behind that leg, the back of that leg back there, take your finger and rub back there, man. It'll make them purr. Yeah, man. Rub that back of that knee on them girls after you do the boogie woogie. They'll purr like a kitten. They love it. It's soft back there. The base of the back. Man, I love the base of a woman's back, man. You know, right there where all the muscles are, right there at the base of their back. You know what I'm talking about? Right there where the spine curves, right there at the tailbone, that little shelf right there. I love that, man. I like to get down there and just slap my dick on it. You know what I mean? Y'all got me in the porno store mood. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Send your moms to me. Send your moms to me. I'm a MILF expert nowadays. I love the MILF. I'm a MILF expert. Love the MILF, man. I'm the MILF man. That's my new nickname. I'm changing my name from Fat Bill. No, don't have 1,000 yet. Don't have 1,000 yet. We're getting there, John. I'm trying. I've been working hard, man. I've been working hard. I'm tired of talking on this thing. I got my glasses of milk from my MILF man. Those are glasses of milk right there. I was looking for a milk bottle, but I couldn't find it. I just found glasses of milk. Send your mamas to me. Send your mamas to me. Hey, man, look. Get your moms to subscribe to my channel. They will enjoy it. Grab your mom's phone next time you're over there at the house and hit the subscribe button. Oh, they will dig it. They will dig it. Okay, let's change the subject for the store and the MILF. Let's change the subject. Let's change the subject. Let's see here. Y'all want to look at some pictures? I've been trying to find some pictures I put away. And I haven't had much luck. My filing system absolutely sucks, man. Yeah, it definitely sucks. Filing system sucks, man. Yeah. Bilf. I hear you. Bilfology. Bilfinage. Can you see that one? You see that picture? That's a good one. That's Lester Hughes with the Hootens. That's a good picture. Yeah, there's a good one. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Not yet. I'm waiting on my printer. The printer will give me a call here in the next few days, and I'll run down and pick them up. There's old Grand Champion Assassin with Frank Jacobs. That's a good picture. Now, I heard something interesting today, and the dog can't be out of Dick and Orangadanga because that breeding never took place. But I heard today that Reno was out of Dick and Ripper, was out of this litter here. That's Dick and Ripper being bred to each other. And somebody passing around a rumor that Boudreaux's Reno was one of those dogs. And that was news to me. I didn't know that. Anybody else ever heard that shit? I never heard that shit until like yesterday. Hey, check this out. Y'all ever seen Beach Boy Billy's Spiky? That's Beach Boy Billy's Grand Champion Spiky. I don't think there's a lot of pictures of that dog. I'll put that up on Facebook. I'll scan that and put a nice clear picture up. But that's Beach Boy Billy's Grand Champion Spiky. A good dog right there. I lost to him. He won his championship over me. I lost to him in an hour with the inbred Pedro Stomper dog. Yeah, that's a good picture. I'll put that up on Facebook. Oh, hell, this is a killer picture. Check this one out. That's Robert Lim's cat meal. Check that wall out. Check your track out on that bad boy. Oh, yeah. Well, all them Hollingsworth dogs were like that, Drew. All that shit from Hollingsworth was like that. And Buck was like that. You know, Grand Champion Buck. I mean, you guys weren't there. I was there. That's all he did was snap for 3 hours at Sandman's face. He snapped right here, right there, for 3 hours. That's all he did. I'd say to Homer Jr. When I lost to Homer Jr., when I lost to Mountain Man's Homer Jr., that was a pretty tough loss. I mean, I've had some tough losses, but I lost to Homer Jr. in 2 hours and 30 minutes. And we were ahead when we were winning. And my dog just wouldn't scratch. I mean, he won the match. It was his turn to go, and he just fucking walked out and like he thought it was done or something. So that was a tough loss. Hey, there's a good one. That's Norman Houghton and Paul Sofiakis. That's a killer picture right there. We'll save that one. There's a good one. There's Bobby and Jeanette. Man, I got so many pictures, I don't even know what to do with them. Y'all ever seen I guess so. I never took any, man. I never took any pictures of his place. So but there are pictures of his place. You can look in the the book of interviews, I believe. I believe the book of interviews has got pictures of Lester's place. Let's see here. Yeah, book interviews has got a few pictures of Lester's place. Y'all want to bid on a copy of the book interviews? It's got the Lester Hughes interview in it. Got some nice pictures of Lester. Got the Norman Houghton interview in it. Got the Bobby Hall interview in it. Got the Lester Hughes interview in it. Trying to find the pictures from the Lester. No, take back. There aren't any pictures from his yard. There's just pictures of his dogs. No pictures of his dog yard. No pictures of his dog yard in the book. I'll take that back. Nope, no pictures of his dog yard. Oh, that's a good one. Old champion Lady Stone. Old Rastaman's dog. Old champion Lady Stone. There's Lim's workshop building on a treadmill. I have to save that one. Here, check it out. Sorry. Now, it won't be long. We'll be able to put up pictures. It won't be long. It won't be. Oh, that's a good one of old Two Eyes. The old Two Eyes picture. Yeah, I got to keep going through these pictures. There's So Evil being bred to Rosita. Let's save that picture. There's another one. So Evil being bred to Rosita. Yeah. There's a good old picture of Lou Colby. Check out old Lou. Me and Lou talking. That's me over on the right. That's in Colby's living room. Oh, you want to do the book? $20? Man, that's $50 book. Well, I sell that book for $50. There's another good picture of Lou. There's old Joey Blanco on the left there. Guy that owned Grand Champion Jackie. On that Jackie dog. $20. Lord almighty, man. There's a good picture. There's Chinaman's grandmother, Hobbs Tuffy. That's a cool picture. I mean, Frisco's grandmother, Hobbs Tuffy. Never. He did. He did, but then somebody else grabbed Garner and threw him to the ground. Now when I made that breeding of So Evil to Rosita, that's a grown dog off that breeding of So Evil to Rosita. That's Rocket. That's by So Evil and Rosita. Man, I got so many pictures to go through. It is a job. I don't even know how to file them all. Anybody got a good method to file pictures? There's a good one. That's Norman getting his award at the pig picking when he got best in show and for that Miss Pistol Dog. Well, Bob was a good guy. You know, I don't I'm not mad at him for testifying. You know, but Robert Lim, he testified just like everybody else in front of the grand jury of my peers. So don't forget that when you think about all those long conversations you had with him. You know, Robert Lim did work with the authorities in my case, and I don't. No, I never met Hobbs, but he folded just like everybody else. Hell no, I didn't tell. I went to fucking jail for 30 months. Hell no. Did he get in trouble? Did anybody get in trouble besides me? No, I did not testify. I did not testify. I've never testified ever, anywhere, ever. Well, he testified before the grand jury. See, here was the deal on my case. There were 18 people that got subpoenaed. Well, that's what I'm telling you. There were 18 people that were subpoenaed by the feds in my case, in the grand jury. And when those 18 people were subpoenaed, they had the opportunity by my lawyer to plead the fifth. Well, we would have supplied them with legal counsel the day of the grand jury, and they could have gone in and they wouldn't even have had to speak. They wouldn't have had to say a single word. So when you contacted me, say you were one of the people that got subpoenaed, right? And you called me on the phone. There were two things that I was to tell you when you contacted me. A, if you wanted to plead the fifth, we would supply you with legal counsel. B, if you didn't want to plead the fifth, then to tell them the truth. You know, because if I told you anything else, that was obstruction of justice. And we offered everybody the same thing. He got busted in a dogfight, and he got busted twice. Yeah, nobody pled the fifth, including Robert Lim, including Gambler. None of them pled the fifth. All of them testified. Well, I'm not saying that Tom Garner's a rat. All I'm saying is he testified in front of a federal grand jury about me for 2.5 hours. I'm not calling anybody a rat, but I'm just trying to let Wilkins know that when he thinks about Robert Lim, remember he testified before a grand jury against me. You know, what happens is they put these people's whole life on the line to them. They go up to them and tell them, either you come in here and talk to us, or we're going to fucking put you in jail. No, they tried once a month to get me to take a deal through my lawyer. I mean, Tom will tell you he testified. You can just ask him. Ask him if he testified against me in a federal grand jury. You don't have to spend the money to get the thing. And he testified for 2.5 hours. Man, talk to Big Pete. That's not true. Me and Big Pete are friends. You talk to Big Pete yourself. Talk to Big Pete yourself. That's a lie. Anybody that says that's full of shit, man. All I got to say is just have one person come on here and say that. Show me, me and Big Pete are friends, man. Get Big Pete on here. I'll interview him. And he can say that to you. Well, if he said that, he's a two-faced motherfucker. Well, if he said that, he's a two-faced motherfucker. And he's a liar. No, I ain't never, Nah, man. I don't care what he said. If he said that, then he's off my list. We ain't friends no more. I believe you. GD, I believe you, man. You don't have to show me nothing. Next time I talk to him, I'll ask him about it. Because he texts me a couple times a year. I can show you a text that he sent me on my Facebook where I'm the man. Hang on a second. Hang on 1 minute here. I mean, who cares? Yeah, I don't give a fuck, Pete. Pitt, it's all right. I got my friends. If people want to say that about me, that's fine. You know who put that jacket on me? You know who put that jacket on me, Pitt? Are the snitches themselves. Are the snitches themselves. You better watch the people that say that shit. Because those are the ones you need to keep an eye on. Are the ones that are talking that shit. And here's the thing about me. You ain't got to worry about me because I don't want to know nothing. I'm here to talk about the past. So here we go. I'm going to send you a text from Big Pete, right? I'm going to show you. Is that him right there? Hold on a second. Is that him? Is that him, GD? Is that him? Well, here he is texting me. Here he is texting me. Oh, I don't give a fuck. But listen, I'll read you the text. Me too, big dog. I just wanted to know that you gave me that nickname, Big Pete, in 1981. Big Pete ever says, brother, and thank you for sending me the magazine when I was in the penitentiary. Much respect. That's what he says right there. That's from Big Pete. Much respect. Much respect, Big Pete. So if Big Pete wrote you that, Big Pete is one of them fucking Ricky Jones lying motherfuckers. You know? Yeah. You want a screenshot of it all? Send me a text on my Facebook and I'll send you a screenshot of all of it. Here, I'll screenshot it all right now. Yeah, man. People full of shit. All 18. All 18 testified. Nobody didn't. All 18. And like I said, GD, it don't matter to me, man. People talk all that shit all the time. I'm Fat Bill, damn it. You know, people gonna talk about me. People gonna say mean things. People gonna fucking call me a snitch. You know, people gonna say I'm the greatest dog man alive. People gonna say I turned my back on the game. So, you know, people gonna say my dogs are curs. People gonna say I'm a piece of shit. People gonna say I'm a great guy. That's what happens when you're famous, man. I mean, I've been living with that shit for over 25 years. You know? I mean, it just comes with the territory, son. There ain't nothing you can do about it. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, you know? Of course not. You find one place I testified against anybody. Find one fucking newspaper article where I got off the hook for anything. I can show you newspaper articles where lots of people got off the hook for lots of shit. Never have. Yeah, man. And to be honest with you, don't take this wrong, GD, but I don't care whether you believe me or not. Because I'm never going to have to put you in a situation of trusting me. You know? All of it's at the archives in Philadelphia. And all you got to do is pull it. Philip William Reynolds versus the United States of America. There's enough documents attached to my case. I don't even think you need to pull the grand jury testimony. If you just pull my case, you'll get enough attached. You'll get enough attached testimony where they were trying to get me to talk and they were attaching grand jury testimony, sending shit to my lawyer and letting me read it. There's enough attached grand jury testimony to it. No, he didn't tell on me. He testified before the grand jury for 2.5 hours, Markel. He testified before a federal grand jury that was convened to prosecute me for crimes against the United States government. And Tom Garner testified for 2.5 hours. Now, I'm not saying he snitched. He might have went in there and outsmarted all of them. He might have outsmarted the whole grand jury. Who knows? But somebody didn't outsmart him because they fucking indicted my ass and they needed the grand jury to indict me. And Markel, all you got to do is ask him, did you testify before a grand jury? Just ask him, Markel. That's all you got to do, brother. He'll tell you he did it. He'll tell you he did it. Yeah, I took a plea. Oh, I got the paperwork. I got my case. Tant, same thing. And Tant testified against me, man. Tant took immunity in the case. Here, let me show you guys something. Hang on a second. I'll have to find it. I have to find it when I'm offline. But I'm not going to get into all that shit. Like I said, man, bring one person in here that says I fucking told on him. Yeah, bring one guy in here that says I told on him. Didn't nobody go to jail but me. And Tant didn't go to jail until he tried to shoot somebody. He got immunity just like the rest of them. Where he took immunity. Yeah, I need some time to look that article up. Ah, found it. Yeah, read this sucker right here, man. I want you to read this article. And I want you to read one particular line in it. And oh yeah, I got. And that was taken from this article right here. Hey man, that's why I don't even look at my dogs. My dogs are gamers sitting on the chain than any of these motherfuckers that think they're breeding them. These people breeding dogs, they call themselves game and call the dogs game. Man, that's why I keep trying to tell you. You think I'm going to change the opinion of my dog over some bullshit? When 99% of these people squat the pee that own them? Live behind them, trying to get something out of these dogs that they'd never do themselves. All the rest of them did made famous. All the rest of them did. They're all living under their immunity. Now remember, everybody got the same deal. They all got the same deal. I'll be right back. Ah. I love my chair. I love my chair, man. I love my chair. Yeah, you guys want me to come up with some more paper? Look, there's some paper for you. Now why don't you come up with some paper on me? I'm waiting. Let's see, I done. Oh yeah, man, it's beautiful. Check it out. Oh yeah, man, brand new. Oh, it's like you're sitting in a new sneaker or something. No, and look, I'm not busting nobody's ass for testifying. Oh yeah, man, I'd do 12 hours in this motherfucker. How many we got now? Y'all working on the subscribers? I'm working on the feed. Y'all work on the subscribers. How many are we up to now? I mean, this little content right here ought to got us a couple more. Whoa, we're up to 9:15. 9:15. We are getting it done, man. We 85 away. 85 away. No, 9:15 now. I just looked. 9:15. We 85 away. You think we could do it today? You think we could get it done today? Get 85 more subscribers today? But anyhow, there's two pieces of paper I put up for you. I put up the text from Big Pete telling me he respects me, right from the guy that was telling somebody else that I'm fucking a bad guy. And then I put up the newspaper article that David Tant got immunity by testifying against me. I mean, and Tom will just tell you himself that he testified. I mean, all you got to do is ask Tom. Tom will tell you that he testified. Well, he sure will. Now, what he told him, you have to ask him. Did he outsmart him? But everybody testified. There were 18 people, Chris, that got subpoenaed in my case. I mean, you can go pull the case, brother. There were 18 people that were in my case, 18 of them. They basically just took my phone at the house here and went through it. And you know how you could, on caller ID, remember the old phones, the old house phones that you could just go through there? Well, they went through my phone, they went through all my shit. And not only did they get the big time dog men, like the guys like David Tant and Tom Garner and Bob Lim and Jack Kelly and all those people to testify against me, but they got my friends, like locals and shit, like people that knew me personally. Oh, yeah, I know him. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot, man. Owes me $5,000. Stole a dog from me. Stole that gut dog from me. I gave him 3 dogs to hold on for me while I was in prison, and he was supposed to give me one back. And that was that dog called Gut. He changed his name to King Tut. And wouldn't give me the dog back, threatened to call the cops on me because I wasn't supposed to have any dogs at the time. And fucking Coates threatened to call the cops on me if I sent somebody up there to get the dog. So I said, well, motherfucker, you owe me $5,000 for the dog. And told me to come get it. He said, if I see your face, I'll call the police. I'll dial 911 if I even see your face, Fat Bill. Oh. Well, of course he does, man. Of course he does. He's the source of the rumor about me. You know? I mean, to me, the guy's a scumbag, man. Oh, did he die? Did Max Coates die? Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I go bang this old lady. She was pretty hot. Yeah, he was a weirdo, man. Yeah, that's good. He's dead. I still want my $5,000. Shit. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to shut the door. Let that pucky back in. Yeah, but you know what? I really hate talking about all this stuff. I mean, it is what it is, Like I said, I'm not calling anybody that talked that day. Remember now, you guys are the ones that are calling them people snitches. Me, look, they were trying to survive. They had a tremendous amount of heat on them. And, we offered to let them plead the fifth, and they didn't. And they went in there and they did what they did. But, they may have been told that if they pled the fifth, they were going to be charged. I mean, if somebody told them, hey, you plead the Fifth Amendment, we're going to charge you. You gonna testify, or you gonna plead the fifth, or you gonna face charges from the United States federal government? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. See that on a piece of fucking paper. I'm gonna tell you. You see that on a piece of fucking paper, and if the difference between you going in, well, and that's what I did, Philip. Now my situation was they had me jacked up on all these charges, right, Philip? They had me on racketeering. They had me on steroid distribution. They had me on all this shit they were going to take me to trial on. And it was, and I was facing like 20 years in prison on the charges they were going to take me to court on. 20 years is what I was facing. 200 months is what the pre-sentence charge was for what I was facing. Or I pled guilty to 2 charges and got 30 months, or a little under 3 years. So, my situation was, so you have to understand, they weren't just involving dog people. They were involving my family, and they were involving my neighborhood and my friends. And I did not want to drag all those people through court. You know, I didn't give a fuck if Tom Garner had to come to court. I didn't give a fuck if Jack Kelly had to come to court. I didn't care. When I was, they'd already done that. I wasn't concerned about that. What I was concerned about was my mother and father. And what I was concerned about was my brother and sister. And what I was concerned about were my friends and neighbors. And that's why I took the plea. 30 months sounded a whole lot better to me than facing 20 years in federal. I don't know what you did, and I'm glad you got out of it. But I'd much rather have a sure 3 years than a possible 20. Especially with the hard on that judge had for me. I mean, if you read the case, and you're welcome if you come here and visit, I've got all my paperwork. It's a file about that thick. And you're welcome to look at it. You can read my whole case. You can read my plea. You can read everything. You can read the discovery. You can read the pre-sentence agreement. You can read all that shit. It's very boring. But I'm going to write about all this in my new book. It's all in there. So, but I don't call anybody a snitch. So they're standing in your driveway and they're telling you that you need to come testify or we're going to charge you. What are you going to do? I didn't tell nobody. I went to jail by myself, man. Didn't nobody go to jail with me. It's not basically. I just took the hit. I just got hit, and look, it wasn't my job to tell on anybody. That's what the police do. That's their job to catch those people. Well, I appreciate it. And again, like I told the other dude, don't get this wrong, but I don't care whether you do or you don't. I appreciate it. But, um, oh man, I appreciate it. Send them on over. Send them on over. Hey, Chris Bow, have you seen? Let's change the subject, man. Yeah. This now, see, I use grass pit sensations. I've done like everybody else and switched to grass because of the mites in the straw. And I switched to grass. I use that alfalfa grass, and in the wintertime for warm pack, and then I use cedar shavings in the summer. Now I got 2 dogs that don't like cedar, and I still use straw with them in the summertime, but I use just a light layer of straw on the bottom of their, of cedar of grass in the bottom of their doghouse. Yeah, you got to be careful using straw. You want to use grass. You don't want to use straw anymore. We've learned that straw carries a lot of microscopic bugs in it, and that it's really bad for the skin of your dogs. And so when you're buying your stuff, buy grass from your farmer. Buy like alfalfa grass or cut grass. I still run my same blood, Chris Bow. I still run my same old blood. Let me see if I can do this without fucking the chat up. I do this sometimes and blow the whole chat. Oh, I did. I did good. I did good. Hang on. That's right. I got two dogs that don't like it. Check this out. Check this out, Chris Bo. But one thing I want to say, man, is that like I said, see, some of those people that testified, they were my friends and neighbors. And like I said, when they threaten to take everything from you or go up there and talk to them for a couple hours. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know, no, I'm not. I'm not blaming nobody, and that's for the record. You're gonna take everything from me. You know, there was one time when they tried to get me to testify down in Texas, and I sent a written statement that I knew the guy, but I didn't know nothing about him. And that got me out of having to go testify. That's as close as I ever got. Hell, you talking about the people that in my neighborhood? Hell, they're all dead, man. Everybody's dead. They're all dead now. The two local people that were around here, they both passed away. And my whole family's passed away. You know, my sister, my brother, my parents, and the two local guys that were here, Wayne Adams and Carl Postel. All of those people have passed away. It's funny, man. A lot of the people on the list have passed away. On the 18 people, a whole bunch of them are dead. Yeah, man. Don't hold it against him. I wasn't friends with him. You know, we weren't friends before that happened. And then we definitely weren't friends after that happened. To that dog, 750. You got to come with your bitch. No transporters. None of that bullshit. You got to come and hang out with me. And you got to come by yourself, man. I don't want the damn group of people coming down here. You know, I don't want the family. I don't want no kids. Don't bring your kids. I don't like kids. You know, if you got adult children that act right, you know, that are interesting to talk to and shit, that's okay. Don't bring no children down here to my house. Ain't into it. No, keep them at your house. So come on down and hang out, man. We'll cook something on the grill. No, man, most of them aren't fucking, they don't behave nowadays. I mean, look, I'm not talking about your children, but I'm talking about most children. Most children nowadays, they talk shit. They touch shit they're not supposed to touch. They do whatever the fuck they want. They think they can watch what they want on my TV. You know, rude little fuckers, man. I grew up, man, we didn't say shit unless somebody talked to us. Nothing. You didn't speak unless you were spoken to. There wasn't none of this picking stuff out at the grocery store. Man, if I told my dad that I wanted him to buy something at the grocery store, he'd have knocked me into aisle 12, man. These kids today do half the grocery shopping. And fuck the candy aisle. They buying on 2, 4, 6. Not only are they making the shopping decisions, they pick the entertainment. Man, you go over to people's fucking house and fucking grown adults, they're all watching SpongeBob. Everybody's watching fucking SpongeBob. I don't watch no SpongeBob. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know it, 500. Now, I like me some Rick and Morty. I like some Rick and Morty, man. New episodes start this Sunday. Don't forget. Season 5 starts this Sunday on on Adult Swim. Rick and Morty, Sunday night, 10 o'clock. New episode. Anybody in Oklahoma with my blood? No, but I got a guy in Texas. Oh, well, no, there is a guy in Oklahoma, but he's a douchebag. A guy named Dan Aslot. Kerr, what's going on? What number are we up to? We're on the marathon. We're on the marathon. 917. 917. We 93 away. No, 917 now. I just updated it. 917. We are rocking along as we boom to 1,000. 2320. What's going on, man? Yeah, there's a guy in Oklahoma named Dan Ashlot, and he has got. You ever heard of him? I'm in Virginia, near Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro. I'm near the borough. 83 to go, man. That's all we need. Then we can start doing the pig chores. We can start doing pictures. We can start doing pictures instead of the old way. I've been doing these pictures the old way. We can start doing pictures the new way. Yeah. Any of y'all know Tom McLeod? There's a good picture of that old Raiden dog. I don't know if you can see him. You see that Raiden dog? And this old Tom McLeod. Did you have it? How'd the Clarence dog work out, Pitt? What happened to it? Pitt, what happened to the Clarence dog? It can only be one. I love me. Love that stuff. Yeah, yeah. He had that little bitch, Dumpling was her name. And I got a bitch. Um, well, I got two bitches. I got one, and my partner's got one. They're bred like this. Hang on a second. Oh man, I like South Carolina. Matter of fact, for my birthday last year, I rented a Z28 convertible, and I drove it from here to Savannah, Georgia, and spent the night in Savannah, Georgia, and then I drove from Savannah, Georgia to Myrtle Beach, and today in my convertible Z28, and hit a couple bars trying to get laid, and no luck, no luck. And then I got a hotel room, and went and pulled up right in front of this little bar restaurant thing near the beach, and figured, oh man, this will work. And I go in there and just pull up to the bar and start drinking and watching TV and hanging out. And I ended up meeting a chick and shit. She took me home all right. I was the bartender. She wouldn't let me drive. And she lived right around the corner, had a little apartment, put me on the couch, made me sleep on the couch, wouldn't let me drive my car, and wasted my money on a hotel room. Never even slept in the bed in a damn fucking $110 hotel room. Slept on a bartender's couch. But she was cool as hell. She was a nice chick. I'm gonna try to get back down there this summer and go hang out for a day. Why? Because of South Carolina. Yeah, we're getting ready to breed her. We're getting ready to breed that bitch. I'll show you who we're breeding her to. Hang on a second. It's easier this way. Get the pedigree to come up. I'm not sure, man. There was a bunch of good dogs in that stuff, Drew. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I mean, Chico's got his place. Um, I mean, he's a funny guy. Um, he's certainly not trying to sell any dogs, that's for sure, and I like that. He takes real good care of his animals. His dog really, really good. If you want a big dog, he's your guy. And in every generation of dog man, you always have a guy that's breeding the big blood. You always, like when I first got started in the dogs, it was the Hank dogs. Burton's Grand Champion Hank, the heavyweight champion of the world. Burton's Grand Champion. I remember that like yesterday. And then Hank came and went. And then after that, there were a few big ones around, but then the next one that come along was Yellow, and those dogs, and they were really known as the big dogs, the big game bred dogs, not just big dogs, but big game bred dogs. And then after that, it was the Mayday stuff, and after that, it seems like it's the Chico Lopez stuff. And I mean, if I wanted a big dog, and I wanted it, and I wanted a dog that was going to produce big dogs, that came from big dogs, um, you know, I would go deal with this Chico Lopez. I mean, he's got the biggest, gamest dogs around, I reckon. Uh, but me, I look at the history of the breed, and the history of the breed tells us something different. The history of the breed. Well, let's just look at the history of the breed. I mean, let's just look at the history of the breed. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, that's a perfect picture. When you look at the history of the breed started out as a small dog and was a little, small, black and white dog. I mean, if you look at that picture, let's take a look at that picture. There is Cockney Charlie Lloyd with the pilot dog. You know, there he is. Sometimes I get the paste and stuff. Oh, I posted Java twice. Hang on a minute. Let me put that mail dogs. Buffering